Here's that bad hole again. We're going to low range, lock the front diff, see if we can't pull this hole both directions. Oh, this direction's a little harder. Are we stuck? Can we get it? Oh no! Despite my best efforts, my butt did just get wet. I can see where the tire was against a wall right there, so we're gonna try to avoid that wall. Maybe we can get through here. The other problem is there's some very big pieces of wood floating around in here from trucks getting stuck. Yeah, this climb out is what makes it hard. Look at that piece of wood. Well, I'm really muddy now. It's just sloshing around down here. Shit. I'm worried about one of those pieces of wood getting bound up in something, causing me some damage. Let's give it one more shot. I'll put both hands on the handlebars and see what we can do. Hit it real far from this side, then cut over. Great gearing test though. Wow, what a machine. Okay, right there, front locker worked great, gearing worked great, tires obviously work great. That is what I'm talking about. Now we gotta cross these culverts, super sketch. That would not have happened with the front sway bar disconnected though. That front flex totally saved me right there. What's up guys, in this video I'm testing out my new 35-inch Terache Aztex on my 2022 Maverick XMR Sport. Really loving this machine. I've had to do a lot of maintenance to it, but I bought it used really cheap, so that's to be understood. Not a big deal. Like I said, really having fun with this machine. This is my first ride after mounting these tires and wheels yesterday, so I've got 10 PSI in the front, 12 PSI in the rear. I usually would run about 7 in the front, 8, 9 in the rear, so I do have a little more air because I just mounted them, letting the tires break in appropriately. Alright guys, very quiet morning out here at my top secret testing location. We're going to go blast down these trails and test out the 35 Aztecs on the XMR Sport. It's also got a bunch of other work I did to it, new brakes, etc. So I like to do a little short ride before I do a big ride when I change this many things and make sure everything's solid. The ground clearance on this machine is really outstanding for a non-portaled side-by-side. All I did was a little bit of preload and some 35 Aztecs. Now, you know, will the clutching like these 35s? Probably not. Will the smart lock like these 35s? Probably not. It worked just fine on 33s, but I haven't had 35s in a while, and you guys keep asking me to put bigger tires. A lot of people are begging me to put 44s and portals in this thing. Really not my style. I like to go a little faster than that. I like to beat on things, and when you make stuff that big, especially, you know, side-by-sides with CV joints, 44s, you got to kind of baby it to keep it reliable. I like to beat on my stuff. So hopefully this thing will take a beating on these 35s. We'll see. I'm looking into doing some clutch tuning, ECU tuning to help with the, you know, the diameter. I think low range performance will be good. It feels like it's got super low gears, but high range is going to suffer with a tire this tall, and these wheels are really heavy. So we're going to see how it does. I think it's going to be kind of a pig in high range, especially in the sugar sand. But yeah, let's get on with the testing. So the first thing to test out is, does it rub? So I haven't even gone full lock yet with these big old 35s. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm at full lock, no rubbing. I do have a rear CV joint clicking. I got a spare axle for that when it explodes. All right, that was full lock to the left, no rubbing. Let's try full lock to the right. By the way, these are 20 by 6.5 wheels with 4 plus 2.5 offset. It's a weird one. So they're fairly narrow. They suck into the vehicle. Positive offset. All right, cruising down the trail. We've got a lot of rain, so the trail's kind of a river right now, which makes it nice and smooth. The clutches are working fine in high range, just trail riding with these big tires. All right, so putting the seatbelt on, which is still really twisted up, and I need to figure that out. I also need to figure out how to put hooks in the bed. So, high range, sport mode, two-wheel drive. Let's see how it does with 35s. There's some full throttle action through the sand, that sort of shit. Getting up to 7,400 RPM, pretty respectable. More top heavy. Yeah, no belt slip even in high range. All right, this is a really bad hole here. P5's gotten stuck here. Rubicon's gotten stuck here. Let's see if this monstrosity on 35s can do it. So there's some washed out culverts we got to cross. And then there's a big hole someone dug out with a tractor. It's great for my new tires running over culverts. You can see some trucks got stuck here. That's why there's a bunch of wood in it. Love it. This thing is a beast. Cryptids would have got buried there for sure. So last ride, the cryptids got stuck right there. Here's another walk around for you. This is 1x zoom, so I'm not using the 0.6 trick to make the tires look bigger. They're big. I mean, so they're about 8 PSI in them right now because I just mounted them. They measure over 35, like 35.3. Some of the bigger Aztec XL sizes, well, I say all the bigger Aztec XL sizes are true to height. The smaller sizes that were designed before I started working with Terache are the short ones. So 33s, 35s, 38s, 44s are all pretty true. And the new XX tires are going to be very true as well. The redesigned 30 is also pretty true. So the only tires that are short, in other words, are the 28 and 32. But look at our website for all that. But yeah, dude, it looks really good. A lot of people say this is the ugliest side-by-side ever made. I mean, I don't really care about looks. I care about practicality. But in my opinion, if you throw 35s on anything, it looks good. So yeah, I think the color I picked for the wheels kind of goes with the rest of the buggy. It's like a gunmetal, and it'll also look okay on my Foreman. That was my thought process there. Yes, I'm going to try to stuff these 35s on my Foreman. It's going to be sick. But yeah, it's pretty substantial. I'm pretty happy with my mods. It definitely lost some stability with the no front sway bar and the bigger tires, but man, it's still really comfortable compared to a Pioneer 1000. It's got way lower gears, and you could not run 35s on a Pioneer 1000 without portals. And this thing is turning them in high range, no problem. It needs a little bit of clutch work, but it's close. And that is awesome. So yeah, very happy with my purchase and my mods right here. Sure, a revalve and some softer springs would make a big difference. It's a little jolty at low speed, but when you load it down with mud, you kind of need the heavy springs. All right, that was a super nice little before work morning rip. I found a few ponds to dunk it in and clean it off some. Yeah, really happy with the mods. I am very impressed by how well it handles these 35-inch tires. Only heard it rub one time very slightly. Obviously with a passenger and somewhere waiting there, you'd have a little bit more rubbing. But the suspension's decent, the torque is great, the front locker worked good. I don't know if I'd really beat on it with the locker engaged with 35s, but in a pinch, it definitely got me out of that hole. Now, I do love the Terache Aztecs. I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about it, but this tire is my favorite for so many reasons. On a side-by-side, I love the 33s and the 35s. The bigger wheel helps the stability, but the most important thing is that this tire can back you out of the hole and let you hit it again and again and again until you find that right line and make it through it. To me, that is super fun. A lot of people want a tire that they just, put their foot down and try to make it and then get winched out. I like to be a little more technical about it, and these are the only mud tires that let you do that. They have great reverse traction, and they're kind of forgiving. They don't dig you all the way in immediately, so you can go back and forth and find your way through the hole and save yourself from getting winched out or whatever. I just love these tires. I think it's a great setup. All around, 33s are probably better on here, just for, longevity of the components and stuff. But man, for climbing through ruts, this is going to be pretty hard to beat for a non-portable machine. I think I'm going to hurt a lot of feelings with this buggy. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this kind of stuff, check out the Patreon page. I post on there 3 or 4 videos a day of this machine right now, tips and tricks, how to change parts, stuff like that.